Hey, everybody, and welcome to another XP Network Friday night live stream. I'm here with a brand new partner, Soul Masters TCG. But before we get started, don't forget to scan the QR code below, sign up to get your 100 XP for the Soul Masters TCG and their store coming soon. Will be linked up anytime now. And as a new partner, they will be adding avatars. So when you enter into the pro plan for XP Network, you get to do 4 to 6 custom avatars as part of your agreement with us. And then the fans can choose those cool avatars and you can link them up to your profile and represent your favorite games. Without further ado, I have Pedro and Frank here. Who are you guys? What do you do?
Frank?
Hi, everybody. My name is Frank Montalvo. I'm the vice president of Soulmaster Games. Technically, we do everything. We are just in charge of some specific stuff that we are the ones that take point. But I usually am coordinating shows. I am shipping everybody their stuff. So if you have a problem with shipping, you call me. Deal with the stores. Try to plan a lot of the what we are planning about organized play, although we have a manager for that too. Because of my experience with organized play, well, we go that way. And yeah, between Pedro and me, we technically invented the game, and yep, it was his idea. I'm gonna blame him. So you guys with him.
Hi, my name is Pedro Arvesu. I'm the Soul Master president, and basically what he doesn't do, I do. So I'm mostly in charge of the looking at art, looking at the cards, the sets, organizing with people to new upcoming ideas and stuff like that, promotions, and having fun in conventions with you guys, getting to meet the people and stuff like that, all in a nutshell.
Awesome, guys. And we were talking a little bit before we went live. We have some war stories because we've all published TCGs now in this group, including our producer behind the scenes. It is a blast, but it's also a lot of work, a lot of learning curve, a lot of complicated situations with organized play and printing and everything else. Basically, you got to learn how to print a currency yourself. And then you have to learn how to get it out there and become a currency, because making a US dollar and making a trading card have a lot of the same technical requirements to publish those things and make them look cool and make them not able to be counterfeited and all that stuff. And before we go into the next topic, don't forget, you can ask Q&A. We're going to get to your questions at the end of the stream. You can post those in any platform you're watching on. So let's go into what is the Soul Masters TCG?
Okay, the Soul Master TCG was a dream I had one day. And I went to my friend and told him, hey, Frank, I want to try to do a TCG. He just laughed in my face and said, bring me the rules. So 1 week later, I brought him the rules. And he looked at me and said, you're serious about this? And I told him, yeah, I am. I took the time to do it. So after he saw that I was serious, and we started first thing we wanted to do is gameplay. Gameplay was our number one priority. And we had to see that the game was fun. And when we finally got to that point that the game was fun, then we started looking at all the other aspects that come with the game, like getting people to pass by the booth or pass by something and say, what are you? Ooh, that looks cool. But then they ask, okay, if that looks cool because you draw them in with the art, then we have to go into a textile, like texture, card quality, feel, and stuff like that. Because if it looks good and if it feels good, like it's a premium TCG, then the next question is, how does it play? And if it looks good, feels good, and plays good, then you have the trifecta. After that, it's just a matter of people trying our game. And I would say that we have like a 9 out of 10 people have a wonderful reviews of our game. Though maybe the one person would be somebody who wants to kill somebody in one turn. Play first turn and just KO the other person in one turn. our game is not a OTK one-turn game. So that would be it.
I've got to say, you definitely got me, because 2 years ago at Gen Con, I walked by your booth. I think I was with our producer, Shane. And I think I bought like $2,200 of product. I bought every single thing you guys had, and most of the game wasn't out yet. I bought your binders, your deck boxes, all the cards I could get a hold of, all the starter decks. I still have them, because you're right. You got me with artwork. And I've always been a TCG sucker in general. That's where my background has been for 2 decades plus. And yeah, you nailed the trifecta. It's great to see you guys. And so you gave me kind of the company background, so and how it got started. What inspired you guys for these mechanics? You said you have a great game. It had to be fun before you started. So like, where did your mechanics come from?
Okay, I met Frank in 1994, basically, and he can be exact. So our basic starting principle for TCG, we could have called them Magic. Magic the Gathering was our first dabble into TCG universe. So one of the mechanics I always dislike, to not put it in other words, was the mana flooding or mana curve at the beginning of the game, and you not being able to play stalling games just because you couldn't get access to energy or mana in those cases. So my personal quest was trying to fix that system to a way that no matter what you get, persons can always play, and you can always have functional cards in your hand. So that was one of the starts in terms of getting the resource system to play, but without having a person be able to get mana screwed or mana flooded. And we wanted to add a twist to it, so we added a dual resource system, which not many games that I know of have that. So that gives you, it's easy, but it gives you tactical decision and advantages. Do I want to use this resource or the other resource to convey certain commander abilities or character abilities? And that gives you options. Our idea was to give the players a lot of optionality, and cards in, for example, cards in your hand could be either spells, abilities, or units. But at the same time, they can also work as a damage prevention for incoming damage. So you can use them as cards, and if you can't use that card at that moment, you can still use it for damage prevention. So it's not useless completely at that moment. And it gives a lot more flexibility. We also wanted to try to fix the, there's a super powerful card that I can't get in the game. So we worked with a resource deck, which gives players access to ultimate abilities, if you want to call it, like in a fighting game. And those ultimate abilities, you always have access to them from the get-go. The restriction is that you can only play one card from that deck at any moment. So that limits or balances that out. But you have powerful cards, your opponent has powerful cards. So you have to play against that. So that was kind of a fun interaction that happened. And we also wanted to, most games, when somebody starts winning, they snowball. So we wanted to see how we could incorporate a anti-snowball mechanic. So that's how we came up with the 3 commander evolution system, which does 2 things. One, as you're winning, you're making your opponent stronger, because when your commander, you evolve the opponent's commander, he also gets better stats. By getting better stats and resources, like draws a card or stuff like that, it helps him to come back. So it's not like completely snowballing one way. So it's a more back and forth system. So that helped with the anti-snowballing, also included in there.
That's awesome. And you guys actually have a couple of these cards. We were talking about how cool they look. You want to do a little show and tell?
Since we're in that sense, we're coming up with the Origins show. You can see one of the promos we have for the event. This would be in the exclusive pack, which would be a playable version. And this would be a dual resource card, which is the alternate resource the commander uses. So those would be available at Origins, and we also are going to be giving out a free promo at the event.
Amazing. We're doing a big activation at Origins. So anybody that shows up to support Soul Masters TCG, be sure to stop by their booth, check out these cards. We're doing quests there as well. Last year was our first year public at Origins. It was really when we came out to the world and said, hey, we're here and we're doing really cool things with XP. And we partnered, I think we had 12 publishing partners that we were promoting there. And this year will be even more. And we have these big activations called quests. And we will be sending players to your booth for a quest, since you're a partner now, where they can go on and get an achievement in the XP network for just showing up and buying something or doing a demo or whatever it is you guys want your additional quest to be. So awesome to hear that you guys are there. Awesome to see you have the promo card there too.
After Origins, are you guys going to be at Gen Con?
We will be at Gen Con. We don't have a booth because, just like you were saying, you wish you had more booth space. It's a long wait list to get into a Gen Con booth. No matter how long you've been in the industry, between me and John Grams and Shane, we've had booths between Fantasy Flight and Jasco there that were pretty big for a long time. I mean, Fantasy Flight's booth was usually the biggest, but that doesn't seem to matter much. Your relationship doesn't matter as much as how long have you been coming and what are your points. So we're working on getting in, but this year we will be supporting our partners. We'll physically be there just without a booth, and we'll try to do some quests there as well through our partners' booths. So be sure to go to Gen Con as well. And it sounds like you have something cool there going on.
Yeah. Gen Con is going to be our first Soul Master Worlds. We're going to have a special promotional card that's going to be giving out to the participation for all the people at the tournament. This will be given out for free. They will also get a shirt, a jersey shirt will be given out to everybody who participates in the tournament for free, included in the registration. And there are going to be more exciting little stuff that we can't announce yet, but we'll be announcing soon in the next few days.
You gotta love the announcement of the announcement. It's my favorite announcement. That sounds really exciting.
It's just that technically it's a done deal, but we are very adamant about when I get their actual paperwork done and everything is done, that's when but actually we saw some samples today and apparently everything is a go. So yeah, we're very hopeful for next week to have some very, very interesting news about the main event. By the way, just to make a clarification, the promo card he showed for participating is for participating in the World Championship, okay? There's going to be 2 events that are capped at 32 people. There's going to be one Friday and one Saturday. The top 8 of those 2 events plays for the whole thing on Saturday afternoon as a 16 pool of people, and those are going to play for the whole thing. But those 64 that we have capacity for are the ones that are going to be getting that exclusive promo. So the only way to get it is participating in that tournament. We're going to have more events during the weekend, but
sign up for sure. And if you don't want to miss out on this news, obviously you can follow Soul Masters TCG's website and socials. Or while you're here, make it easy. Follow them on XP Network, and their news will be posted there as well. So you don't want to miss out on the big announcement next week. You don't want to miss out on Gen Con. If you can show up to Worlds and compete, get one of those 64 spots. Awesome stuff. I know I saw some other show and tell cards there too, but Origins and Gen Con are right around the corner. We'll all be there. I hope to see the fans there as well. And then coming up on the next question, and this one's kind of what you've been getting into, but what separates Soul Masters TCG from the other trading card games out there?
And we have a heart and we love what we do, basically. This is a passion project, and I do it more for the fun and the passion of just I enjoy just going out to the events, going out to the conventions, meeting people, and just telling them what we're doing, showcasing. For me, my biggest happy pill is watching 2 people play the game and going through their head, sequencing, how do I react or how I play. That's what gives me my picks, if I would like to tell you that.
Yeah, that makes sense. You got to have the passion behind this. That's what's going to drive community. You guys are all about community and grassroots growth and really promoting the players. You can tell just from how this is a pretty new thing being on XP Network, and you already have so many people that signed up for the event to come just watch you guys talk on stream. Don't forget to comment because you can ask your questions below. We're going to get to those here pretty soon as well. But yeah, your community support seems to be pretty fantastic from everything I've seen. You guys are easy to get a hold of, and you're open to communicating. You go to a lot of events, and you're really promoting organized play. What are you guys doing for your local game shops?
Ooh. You want to answer that one, Frank?
Okay. But first, back to your other question. We're not gonna say we are the best game out there, right? Because it's a matter of opinion, right? By now, and all the demos that we have done, like Pedro said earlier, we are pretty sure we have a game good enough to compete with any of the top games out there. Okay, that one is not my opinion. That is a fact, just based out of feedback, right? The opinion comes when somebody sees the game and they decide if they like it or not. Okay, what makes us more special right now is the accessibility. People can get into our game if they are not people that like to bling their deck or look for the special foils or this or that. Anybody can play the game for really, really cheap compared to a lot of the other games. Because in our product, rarity is for deck building and not for chasing in the boxes. So price is super under what the retail is out there. Packs by right now retail for $5-6. Our entry level pack, it's $4 something.
Nice.
$4 for the new expansion, which is a little bit cheaper. And you can play. For the stores, right now, we are making movements and we're making waves because right now we are getting with you guys into the whole organized play. Things are going to start rolling here. We have something we call the Gladiator kits, which is for the stores to do their weeklies. Okay. The store gets packs, gets a winner pack, and gets a staff pack. So anybody that helps run the events gets some exclusive cards that are just for the staff. Then I was talking this with Pedro yesterday, and we are estimating that probably for August, either August or September. Let's put it that way. I hope that it's August, but August is a very busy month right now because probably in August we're also releasing our third set. But in August we're gonna start in mixing into the Gladiator League, the Coliseum series, which is what technically the monthly event for the store will be called, which is a very special tournament because at least the first few months is going to be very exclusive because the production was a little bit limited. So stores will be getting an exclusive promo and an exclusive playmat. And those are technically counted. I'm not going to say how much now, but it's going to be a low number. And it's going to be very limited product that collectors will want.
It's awesome stuff. Guys, I started, and for those of you who don't know, my foray into the industry as a game store owner back in 1998. I was 13 at the time. I started with a Games Workshop store contract. I got the EIN through my mom and sold stuff out of my house where I wasn't really supposed to do that for the first 2 years. Opened up a 3,000 square foot retail store in the Dallas area, and this just kept expanding and expanding and expanding. The store support has always been super important to me, and I love it when I hear a real plan. You can't count how many times you've asked companies, so what's your organized play? And then they always say, well, we have a plan for organized play, but it's extremely vague and it's not real. And the players can sniff it out. The store owners can sniff it out. We know when you have real organized play and when you have fake. And I can tell you, you have a plan and you have promos and you have real support for the stores, which is awesome. And by being in XP Network, we're giving you access to over 3,000 hobby shops in the US, plus international hobby shops. It's a little bit more complicated to share those stores in Europe just because of data protection laws, but there are ways into all these networks through XP Network to get into those game stores and help support. You as the players watching, tell your game store to sign up to get these exclusive promos, to get these packs, and order directly from Soul Masters TCG or through any of their distributors, because that's how you're going to grow your community locally. I can't stress that enough. As a store owner for over 20 years myself, I don't have one anymore. My last store was closed in 2024 to move on to other ventures. As you can see, I'm not in a game store right now. I'm in some weird Discord spaceship. But yeah, I really appreciate it, guys. On that same note, so going into store support, what do you guys have planned for community building, tournaments, prize support, other than these kits?
We have right now we have kit 1, kit 2 already at the warehouse, so that's available. We also have what's coming that Frank told you about, and he has something new that he wants to talk about.
What are you talking about, Willis?
Mhm.
So right now, as long as the development of the community is there, because we got a lot of people asking about regionals, big tournaments, all of this. As soon as a community is developed, we're going to be trying to check how things are. And if we need to do a regional there, we're going to go there. Right now, probably our biggest community, it's in Ohio right now. We have a lot of people there, a lot of stores giving a lot of support, super cool owners. We have in Texas, obviously, we have quite a few. San Antonio probably has one of the biggest communities in the state. Puerto Rico, obviously, is not lagging behind. We have a lot of people there that are just waiting, and we are doing an event probably at the end of the year again, like we did last year. Right now, after Origins, we have our PPG event in Dallas. PPG is going to be running a weekend of events, and on Sunday, Soul Masters will have an event. And we're hoping that everybody comes and check us out and visit us. It's going to be great. If you come and play Riftbound on Saturday, you can play Soul Masters on Sunday, or learn to play. It's a very good, anybody that plays any of the other big games or the competitive games should get a good handle of Soul Masters, because the mechanics are going to be familiar to you, especially if you are an experienced player. Like if you have been playing for 10 years, even if it's Magic, and you have seen other games on the stores and this and that, you're going to go like, oh, this is similar to that game. Oh, this is similar to that game. We got a lot of different opinions from, wow. We got mentioned tons of games from how was the name? Well,
Yeah.
from Force of Will to Flesh and Blood to One Piece to Magic to everything. So yeah, it's very cool. It's very cool seeing people that recognize the stuff. A lot of people also are very impressed, especially by the gameplay and what mechanics we put into work that they have not seen, which there are a couple, especially the secondary resource, which we are super proud just because it worked really well.
I love that mechanic. It's a good one.
But yeah.
So
Go ahead, Kate.
I was just going to say, yeah, you can tell this is real organized play because there's real tournaments, there's a real schedule, and it's growing based off of community. That's what the fans want to see. That's what the players want to see. Is this really going to be supported? And it's not we're gonna announce an announcement of when organized play could happen. So I love all that, and we do have some questions in the chat. We're going to get to. Ask your questions in the chat, and we'll get to those here in just a second.
Before you go, you better be saving Cave for.
Look at that! I told you there was show and tell. Awesome textures, awesome art, really cool foils. Yeah, you guys really nail it on the aesthetics. That's what got me in the first place when I walked by 2 years ago. I was like,
and the camera doesn't do justice.
No.
I can tell you.
I know I'm not being too humble by saying that, but it is the reality. Every time we see something that the printer is doing and we see it in camera, we look at each other and go like, oh, that has to look awesome live. So yeah.
So here we're going to get into the first couple of questions. Comment by Montez or Montez. Soul Masters TCG is my favorite game at the moment. Really fun and interactive. That's more of a comment, but appreciate it. Thanks for shouting out. Question from Twitch.
That's a player from Puerto Rico, by the way.
Oh, there you go. You already know your player base. See, that's how you know.
Well,
Montes, you're on fire, Montes.
There you go. There you go. Next question from Twitch. Which faction do you recommend for a new player? That's a good one.
Oof, all of them. Honestly, all of them. Obviously, if you are new, starter deck, Teshi would be the basic, easy, fast, quick, lowest investment entry point.
And learn to play. Yeah.
It's the aggro deck. Like he said, if it's a completely from zero scratch new player, Kechi is the aggro deck. It's the most basic one, probably more easy to understand just because it's straightforward, although you have to play it differently depending against who you play. Yeah, I think that will be the basic one until you understand everything happened.
Question for you guys. What's your favorite card design? I guess that'd be for each of you, huh?
Can you be more specific? Or
I don't know. That's the question.
You mean of what we have?
Yeah, from what you've got. What's your favorite design?
Personally, for me, every time I explain somebody how Lamia works, they go crazy. And it's just because it's our technically most different way of playing Commander. Just because the basics go out the window and it's not a 3-phase Commander, it's just a 1-phase. And everybody looks at you different when you say, this is just 1 phase. And they go like, wait, where'd the 3 go? Especially if they just took the demo. Because if they just took the demo, the person there explained to him the 3 phases, everything. And all of a sudden, when he asked me on the counter, I go like, well, this is a very special Commander.
if you're talking in terms of that, I would say Covenant, which is upcoming, has some fun new mechanics, especially in the commanders. There are droidians that they will bring up different interactions or methods to play that were not seen before.
Yep.
I've got to say that the chat loves Keshi and Volcania. That's going off in chat, according to
Volcania is on fire.
Yeah, that's cool art too. We're coming close to time, so before we do that, where do we follow Soul Masters TCG? Social links, websites.
Soulmasterstcg.com is the website. Instagram is Soulmaster Instagram page. We're starting up with a Reddit page. Also, it's just beginning, and we started up with a Facebook. Also, that's beginning. And obviously, with you guys, hopefully we can do more of these and keep the community informed. Also, we're doing in Spanish version of this with Lord Canitos. So Spanish people speaking, Lord Canitos, we do once every X amount of time. We do a developer meeting, stuff like that in Spanish. So if this can be an English version, I would love to.
That's awesome. Hey, the more you can engage with the community, the better. And then it looks like we have one more question from YouTube before we go. Before the game came to fruition, how long was the wait from initial want to make a card game to producing a card game?
5 years.
I was gonna say that's got to be years. It can't be like months.
5 years.
That sounds right to me. Card games are hard to make. There's a lot of ideas that need to be turned into reality. There's a lot of testing. There's a lot of market testing. There's a lot of business that has to be built on the back end.
And one thing we also were trying, very adamant, that we were not going to go through Kickstarter. So that also made us slow and steady. Yeah,
card games are not cheap to produce. I've got to say, between artwork and manufacturing and shipping and distribution and everything in between, they're one of the highest entry points to produce a product you can do. And like I said, it really is like making your own anti-counterfeiting currency when you have to make a card game. There's so much going into these files and so much into the print proofs and everything else. So, yeah.
A card game is just not print an image on a card with text. There's a lot that goes behind the doors that people do not initially think it's necessary, but it's like, I'm going to just real fast, something so stupid as a UPC code. A UPC code in a booster is not the same UPC code that goes in the box. because they're two different products. And the UPC that goes in the master case is not the same as the case because they're three different. So for warehousing purposes, you have to take into account all that little thing.
Yeah,
And now in March, we have international interest, and it just get quadruple complicated, believe me. Right now, we're dealing with all that because we're talking about technically changes in how you, or what you put on the box of the product. It's to that level. It's very, very interesting.
And we signed up a Canada distributor a few months ago. So that's also very important for us in Canada. So now we have that support.
Yeah, if there's ever a distribution network you guys want help getting into, art studios, fulfillment, any of that stuff, customs, whatever. Part of our services at XP Network for publishers is we give you an open book to anything you would ever need to make a product. Between me and John Grams, who was at Fantasy Flight for well over a decade and then became part of Asmodee and then was working with us, we have our share of multiple languages, international distribution, and all the complicated print things you can do between all the parts of the world. And we're happy to help our partners get connected so you don't have to make all the mistakes we made. We would love to see you just skip over all those problems. And then we have a couple more comments, and then we're going to let everybody have a great weekend and go play the Soul Masters TCG. Comment from Valhalla's Wolves on YouTube. You guys did a great job for sure. So, I mean, the fans are loving it. Comment from Direction FX. Need collection booster boxes for other heroes.
It's on the back burner. Let's just put it this way. And I know you're gonna cut, but before you cut, just to leave it there because it will give you the base for maybe not our next interaction. If people want more interactions like this and want more information about how we came to be, we can do this anytime you want, guys. And but I'm gonna leave it like this. We might be picking up some steam very soon.
Love it. The sneak spoiler in there that we'll have to decode what he just said. Otherwise, everybody, guys, Frank, Pedro, thank you so much for joining us. Oh, there, you gotta keep show and tell at the end of this just to get the fans hyped up before we go into the weekend. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to scan below. This is your last chance to get your 100 XP. Those are going to go towards promo cards and cool products you can get from Soul Masters TCG in the future. You have a few seconds to scan that before it's over. And follow them on XP Network because all those socials and websites are also there. So if you can't find them and you want them all in one spot, it's just there. Follow them and sign up for their newsletter, and you can get all the news up to the minute. Otherwise, guys, thank you again. It was a pleasure having you. Always love these talks. Let's do it again soon. And fans, go play some
for having us.
TCG.
Maybe some of the steam is showing now. I don't know.
No, that was a good spoiler right there. You had to do it. You had to do it. Hey, that too, because XP Network does link SDKs to video games, and you can earn points in games. That's going to be a fun one too. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend. Go play some games. Hopefully, we'll see you at the local game.
Take care, guys.
Bye, guys.